A pastor who lives in New Albany has written a new book called Secrets of Being a Happy Church Member.
Interesting. He has a book signing today at the Union County Library in New Albany from 3 to 5 o'clock.
This morning we have a live interview with Dr. Terry Cutrer, who has been a pastor for more than 40 years in several states.
Well, good morning, Dr. Cutrer. Thank you so much for joining us this early Thursday morning.
Good morning, Bronson.
So, why did you want to write this book?
It was my experience that a lot of people in church life really don't know the joy and the happiness that God wants us to have. There are some things we can do to have that, and so that's why I wrote the book.
And what is the overall message of your book? I mean, I know that you just kind of mentioned it a little bit, but what do you hope your readers will get out of it?
It looks to me like there are some things we can do to have happiness and joy. That at the same time, there's a pullback. Everything that we need to do, there's something inside of us that's not sure we need to. Participation. There's a lot of folks that just want to go to church and soak it up. Well, you're never really going to be happy if you do that. Jesus pushed his disciples to have steps of faith time and time again. They didn't feel like doing it, but when they did, that's when they had joy. The Bible tells us when they went out 2 by 2, when they came back, they were celebrating. One of the things we need to learn are the things we need to do, and then how to get over the hump of doing them so that we can be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do you think some church members lack joy and enthusiasm in general? Would you say it's kind of common? I mean, what do you think as far as that goes?
Yes, I'm afraid it is too common. I think a lot of it not realizing that what we need to do to have joy. A lot of people think happiness and joy just kind of jump on you. It just happens. And at the same time, when you read the Bible, it becomes obvious. There are some steps we need to take, and if we take them, then it's a lot easier for the Lord to pour in our cup, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. And, I don't want you to give us the whole book. I want people to want to go and get this book, but can you tell us a little bit of the solutions that are discussed in your book?
I can. One thing, I give a lot of illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
One of the classics, my first church, we had a lady that we were behind financially. Our biggest giver had left the church, gone somewhere else, and she just gave basically her life savings to pull us out. And I don't know how I knew it was her, but I went and talked to her. She lived in a dump of an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
government subsidized, and she wouldn't have it any other way. But she received a ton of joy, and the Lord worked it out. All of a sudden, she went to some apartments cheaper than where she was that were brand new. We want the Lord to give us that first, and then we'll give. It doesn't work that way. It works the other way around. We've got to have steps of faith. But once we do, there's a tremendous amount of joy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cutrer, for joining us this morning. I believe that's all the questions we have time for right now. I'm looking forward to reading your book.
I will say before we leave, can you remind us, and for those at home watching that may be interested in a book, where to go today for a signed copy?
Sure. 3 to 5 o'clock, New Albany Public Library. Plus, it's on Amazon.
Oh, great.
Secrets of Being a Happy Church Member.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.